All right. Welcome, everyone. Good evening or good night. So excited to be back again doing a nighttime astrology live. So, if you didn't see yesterday's or last night's live, I wanted to start doing this at nighttime to really kind of experiment with understanding and connecting with the energy at night because we are talking about the moon and the stars and the planets, and that's when do we see them? We see them out at nighttime. So I wanted you to just have fun with the info, go to sleep, let your unconscious, subconscious unravel it and understand it, and then wake up with some new or some beautiful insights, new wisdoms, and this will help connect you to your authentic self in a really cool and fun and powerful way. So that's the idea behind coming in at nighttime now. And of course, most of you are home now, so you might be able to catch it. And if you are watching this live or watching the replay, definitely give it a heart or a wow if you feel like you really got something awesome from the info, because Facebook tends to like that. Right. So if you like the information, give it a heart or a wow. Let's see what happens as a result. We'll get some more awesome people finding out about us, coming into our free group and getting more of the conversation going. All right. So what are we talking about tonight? So I'm going to do a couple of things. I have two things I want to share with you and some out of the box astrology, right? So I'm going to start off with looking at the chart of the moment, and I'm going to share my screen because it's something I want to do each time I go live, so you can really start to get comfortable looking at an astrological wheel and really understanding what the information that's hidden in all those beautiful layers. So I'm going to keep doing it this way just so that you can see how I do it, and you'll start to get more comfortable and confident in doing it too. And of course, I love to use the free site Astrology.com because it's free and accessible, and you can make your own natal chart there. Lots of articles, ways, things to learn. But what I really want to get down to as we start meeting during the week at night, I'm feeling like it's going to be twice a week on a regular basis, just so that you get this information in your life and you can start applying it to what's happening in your world, and that's the hope, because as things ramp up, speed up, shift and change, we have to be able to adapt. We have to be able to let go. We have to be okay with not knowing. But if we have some grounding with the astrological information, because it gives us previews, kind of lets us know what's coming. That way we can ground in our safety and security. We can plan and prepare. We can be ready for whatever comes, what may, right? And that's really the big focus moving into this whole decade, is self-reliance and being able to be centered and grounded in oneself. Okay, so looking at the chart of the moment is going to just help you get more comfortable with the fundamentals of astrology. And once you get those fundamentals down, like what's this planet mean, or what's this house about, or what's this sign about, those are the threes. And then we start moving a little deeper into elements and modalities and aspects between planets, meaning relationships. That's when we start to get into the real fun. But then I want to show you something that I discovered looking at charts the basic way. And I'm inviting you to think outside the box of astrology. And it's much easier to do that when you've got some really good foundations. Now, I do have an on-demand introduction to astrology course that I'm going to probably put on sale in June. That's my birthday month. So I'm going to put it on a really awesome deal, because I want everybody to be able to have access to it, so you can start, building your foundation of astrology knowledge. And then you can start really going to town with that knowledge, because I want you to be able to join me in this place of thinking outside the box, looking for clues, synchronicities, start engaging with the planets and the stars in a more conscious, individualized way, where they start communicating their consciousness to you. And then you're way ahead of the game. But we got to get our fundamentals down first, so you feel confident uncomfortable. And I provided that with an on-demand 5-module video course that really helps you and has tools and cheat sheets and videos and all kinds of cool stuff. And then I'm thinking in the fall, I might teach that live for those of you who would rather do a live course than an on-demand. But I'll have it as 2 options. So for those who like the on-demand right away, or I want to watch it in my own time, or the people that really like to get together and engage with it. So keep your eyes open for that. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's take a look at astro.com. We'll look at the chart of the moment. And this is something that you can do really easily. So here I am at astro.com in the search box. And then I want you to come down here and see this here, current planets. And you can click on this option, chart of the moment. So what it's going to do is tell me exactly what's happening right here, right now. And it's based on, I have it set, my settings are for where I live in Alameda, California, and then you would base it on where you live. So here we are about the same time as yesterday, and we have almost the same degree, but as we start, you know, the sun's in motion or planets are in motion around the zodiac, we start to see the rising degrees change. So real basic stuff. First thing you want to look at is find the horizon line, which is from the AC or ascendant to the DC or descendant. So this is the horizon line, east to west. And I always like to see, okay, what is rising right now? What is emerging in the conscious field? What is coming up from underneath, meaning what is rising out of the unconscious to make conscious up here in the above the horizon line. And so what we have rising right now here on the West Coast is 16 degrees Scorpio. And right now we have the South Node in Scorpio. So this is a real karmic time. And this is going to be something I'm going to talk about when looking at the charts for the Sun in Gemini and Mercury Retrograde conjunct the Sun, which happens less than 1 day later. Okay, so just real quick, we're just going to kind of see what's consciousness is available for us right now. And the consciousness available for us right now is emerging in the energy of Scorpio. What's Scorpio? Scorpio, the depths, the underworld, deep feelings. It's a water sign. It's fixed, so it's very deep, very deep. It's about our emotions, how we really feel, and who do we trust, and have we been betrayed? It's secrets, things we keep hidden, things we might have shame or guilt around, and we hide until we connect with someone we trust, and then we reveal. So with the South Node there, it's a karmic unveiling, a karmic reveal of what's really going on behind the scenes. That's what the Scorpio South Node's job is, to start pull open those veils, lift those rugs, open those closets. What's in there? What's under the bed, right? But it's going to be still in the darkness, so we have to feel it. We have to use our intuition. We have to ask really good questions. We have to have really good boundaries, right? When we start to develop intimacy in relationship to others, we establish the trust energy with healthy boundaries, and we share our intimate self with those who are worthy of it, because Scorpio is the flip side to Taurus, knowing your worth, knowing your value. So when we go to the West or the descendant, what's setting in the West is Uranus, 15 degrees right there. So if a baby was born, or if I was having a baby right now, I'd go, oh my gosh, they would be a Scorpio rising, and they would have Uranus setting in the West, which would portend someone who's a great awakener. So this is going to bed with an awakened crown chakra, but connected to the earth, so that your body can rest, but your mind can travel, get teachings, get healings, get grounding. And I would really say a prayer of gratitude before bed tonight. I would say, I would go awaken something of my, what qualities, special, unique talents and qualities that I have from my soul that want to come through me tomorrow. And then I take that intention into the dream, into the night, into the rest period. And I wake up feeling grateful for myself, knowing my value, my worth, and maybe a hidden talent will surface when I awake in the morning when Taurus is rising with the sun. All right. So the next thing we do when we look to see, okay, who's hanging out on the medicine wheel, we also look to the midheaven, the top of the chart, or the direction of the south, and then the bottom of the chart, the direction of the north. And here we have Saturn right at the base, the root chakra, the stem of of your inner lotus. So Saturn is saying, make a practice, a devotional practice of something where you can embody more of an awakened self. And this is going to come through as a message from the moon and, or rather the sun in Gemini and the Mercury retrograde conjunct the sun charts. This is part of the outside thinking when we start to look at these charts. So Saturn is at your core. So what's a focus in your life that's healthy? Something that, what do I need to see, know, or start moving into the now about what I want to change for my future. Okay, so Saturn right there helping you implant, ground, root, new devotional practices regarding a powerful, more awakened, more joyful, more soul tribe type of future. And you can also say a prayer or ask Saturn for Saturn's wisdom for the collective. And you wake up with something you could add to the group, to the team, to the collective. So that's how we look on the medicine wheel. And then one more thing before we go is, where's the moon? Because the moon is closest to where we are on Earth, the center. So here's the moon. And I had mentioned last night that the moon is occulting Pluto, and Pluto rules Scorpio, which is rising. So tonight you might, before you go to bed, pull some oracle cards, do a pendulum healing, or do some kind of tuning into your angels and guides, do Reiki. This is wanting to tell you some information about your adult self, the one who's out in the world, and the one who's, creating a good, solid foundation for a better tomorrow. So pull a card or something before you go to bed to know how you can add to the team effort for team humanity, and what wants to awaken through gratitude and your connection to this planet, to the beauty of Mother Earth, knowing your worth and your value. Isn't that cool? So that's how I would just say chart of the moment, what's happening, and it gives me an idea of what's happening with the planets. I get connected in a new way. And then I get information that I can take with me into the dream world, where I can heal and unwind and open up by utilizing, my spirit who's alive and well on the astral, while my body is resting and rejuvenating. Okay, so that's how we use the chart of the moment. Easy stuff. You just start getting comfortable. So I'm going to be doing this each time I go live so that you can get comfortable too. But let's head on over to what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, we start to wish everybody who's a Gemini a happy birthday. The sun moves into Gemini May 20th at 6:23 p.m. So around this time tomorrow, we will have the sun creating a new cycle. Excuse me, a new cycle, new 30-day cycle, going through the air sign of Gemini. It's a beautiful sign, means adapt, change, be present. Things will change on a dime. Quick, Gemini. And it's really powerful now because the Gemini sun cycle will embody the Mercury in Gemini retrograde cycle. So I'm so excited to tell you about that in a moment. All right. Hi, Janice. Both my sons are arriving tonight for a visit. Oh my gosh. Say hi. Give them both hugs. How beautiful. The twins are coming. Even though they were not born on the same day, but they have the same mama. So they're twins in some, and they're brothers, which is Gemini rules siblings. So wonderful timing for the Dodge family. The Dodge Jones family. Yay. So cool to know that. Thanks for being here, Janice. So so this is an event chart. You can make this on astro.com by just putting in the time when the sun moves into Gemini. So here's the symbol of the sun at 0 degrees Gemini right here. And notice who's next door at 1 degree Gemini. So here's the sign of Gemini. Here's the planet. And then they're in the sign of Gemini. So I say, okay, sun, 0 degrees Gemini, Mercury, retrograde, 1 degree Gemini. So they're like, phew. So sun marries Gemini for the next 30 days, or sun marries Mercury for the next 30 days. But then I go, okay, so what else is happening? Again, I look to the moon. And by tomorrow, the moon will have moved past occulted Pluto tonight and then change sign to Aquarius. That's really interesting because Aquarius is an air sign. So it's brother to Mercury in Gemini, brother to Gemini, both air element signs. And Aquarius is kind of the fixed air, right? It's about the future. It's up in the sky. It's our crown chakra. Gemini is mutable air. It rules the shoulders and the lungs and the hands. It's about the lower mind. It's about thinking and making choices. So something I really this is my out of the box astrology right here. The moon, I noticed that on tomorrow when the sun moves into Gemini, 18 hours later, let's see, do I have it up? It's a chart at the moment. Let me go show you. Let me just do it here. Let's go here. Oops, technical difficulties. All right, let's go to my stored data. You're gonna see all my, let's go sun. You see all my stored data. Don't look. Sun in Gemini. All right, so we saw the sun in Gemini chart. Let's look at the Sun Mercury conjunction. All right, so when Mercury's in retrograde, it's moving backwards to the sun, and then they become one, and then they keep going. And then when Mercury goes direct, he speeds up to the sun, becomes one, and moves on. So these are really powerful manifestation, setting intention, like new moon moments. So 18 hours later, we have, and it's at 12:18. I had to put 19 so that it would be exact. But 18 hours from tomorrow night, when the sun moves into Gemini, 18 hours later at 12:18, we have what's called the inferior conjunction of the sun and Mercury retrograde. It's inferior because Mercury's retrograde. When Mercury is direct, it's a superior conjunction. So if you see that in your astrological readings and studies, that's what that means. And so I found this really interesting. It's at 12:18 a.m. It's roughly 18 hours from when the sun moved into Gemini. It's still, operating at 0 degrees. But look here at the moon. The moon is also exhibiting an 18th degree. So this is when I started thinking outside the box. Hey, June, Naomi's Light, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen share because this is really powerful. All right. Okay, back. So thinking outside the box, opening my crown chakra. Now I've got this information. I've got a couple layers of information. I know the sun's moving into Gemini, and I know that the inferior conjunction between the sun and Mercury retrograde happened 18 hours later. I noticed the moon at its degree tomorrow and where it will be on the superior conjunction, 18 degrees Aquarius. And then I also noticed 3, good things come in 3. So sometimes people go, okay, if I get my sign 3 times, that's it. I know that I've got an angel tap on the shoulder. And so the third sign was the superior conjunction here is at 12:18. So I've got 3 18s popping up. So immediately I go, okay, what's the power of 18? And then I go right to, well, it has to be the 18th tarot card, right? And guess what the 18th tarot card is? The moon. Isn't that cool? And what were we just talking about? The moon and the moon's at 18 degrees. So this is telling me, pay attention to the moon, pay attention to that 18, which is a 9, which is completion. And we've got these 2 new cycles happening, the sun cycle, the sun Mercury conjunction, new moon kind of energy cycle. And so they're both pointing to the moon. And then the moon was what alerted me to that 18th degree. So I'm just going to hold this card up for a moment. And this is the moon card from the tarot of the major arcana. Notice we've got 2 dogs. We've got the moon and the sun. We've got 2 pillars. We've got the, like the crayfish rising out. It's very Scorpio, out of the waters. And we've got the south node in Scorpio. All right. So I looked up the moon card in one of my favorite books. It's a tarot handbook by Angelise Aaron. And she bases it off the Aleister Crowley deck, but her insights in here are so powerful. I love this book. You can do all kinds of studies of the tarot with this book. It's awesome. So I looked her up and I go, okay, I want to know what she has to say about the moon card. So keep in mind, we're in Gemini, lower mind, this or that, yes or no. There's always 2, right? And then the hidden third, right? 1, 2, or when they come together makes 3, right? So it's about polarity consciousness outside of duality that moves our consciousness higher. So when I looked at the moon card, here's what she had to say. This is so cool. Are you sitting down? So the moon card is the universal principle of choice making. And where are we what are we talking about? Mercury, the ruler of Gemini in the mind. Gemini meaning 2 choices with a hidden third choice. If we get out of duality, this or that, we say this and that. So this, 1 choice, and that choice, and then together, what's the third element? So the moon card remember this is coming because it's card 18, right? That we've got 3 symbols of, or 3 signs of. So this new cycle over the next 30 days, and then with the Mercury Retrograde Conjunction, that's kind of a 9, is that like a 9-week cycle? I have to double check. It's about manifesting. So we're operating consciously under the power of making choices and the power of aligning with your authenticity. Isn't that cool? So the moon card is the card of karma. And what is rising right now but the south node, the karmic patterns, right? We have the Scorpio waters and the crustacean rising out of the waters. Hey, Adriana, welcome, beautiful. So happy you're here. Yay. So this is the karma card, is about what is the work that needs to be done. And all of a sudden I'm redirected over to the south node in Scorpio, which was on this lunar eclipse that happened Sunday night. The next thing, the real work that needs to be done, the karmic, unwinding, unbinding, the real work that needs to be done every day. That's the moon's power, is looking at what choices need to be made every day. Now, what is your choice? According to the moon, your choice is to choose to support your authentic self or support your false self, the duty bound, the one that gets all the okays, but it's not really you. You go along to get along. And the moon's saying you've got to move into this. You're moving out of that cycle. What's really wanting you to do right now is to choose the authentic self. Number 4, the choice, when you choose anytime, whether it's the duty bound self, which is the false ego, or the authentic self, 3 functions happen when you choose or make a choice. You can create new realities, or you can sustain and maintain the current reality. Or number 3, you can release and let go of realities that no longer serve you. So this is what my invitation is over the next 30 days, is these are your choices. Today, do you need, do you desire, do you want to create a new reality? Okay, so that's a yes. Then you go over here. What needs to change? What do I need to let go of? What no longer serves me, right? Or are you going to make the choices that you continually kind of habitually make, which maintains the current reality, no change there? Or do you like, oh my God, I can't deal with this anymore. I have to release and let go. This reality no longer serves me. So those are those functions. What happen on a daily basis that the moon is guiding you to feel into. Now the moon says in order to choose new, you have to let go of the old. You are she who becomes, right? And that's not by choosing the same thing every day or, the same old, because that's maintaining the reality. If you want to change your reality, you got to make new choices and release old habitual patterns. The moon says to change, reclaim your authentic self, how you feel. It's okay for you to know how you feel. It's okay to act on your own desires. Of course, do no harm. Make sure that what you desire is true to your soul and not some agenda or some other buddy's ideas. That's why Uranus clear your crown. Who's sovereign up here? You? It better be you, not anybody else. All right. And finally, the moon medicine is remember your true inherent nature, which is one who helps, one who's receptive, one who's open, one who's expanding, one who can yield, and one who can express. This is the message coming through the charts. All right. I thought that was fabulous. I was so excited. All right. And then the final act from that I got thinking outside the box, knowing that we're heading into a very big expansion and opening, a new cycle. So we got to be adaptive. We got to be open. We got to shift. We got to yield, and we got to expand at the same time. So when I'm looking at the moon energy, because the moon card was like, hello, Shailene, talk about me. Well, yeah. And I'm like, oh, is that why I'm called Lunar Ladies? So when I looked at 7 degrees Aquarius, which is where the moon will be on Sun in Gemini moment, and moon in Aquarius at 18 degrees, where it will be on the Inferior Conjunction on the following 18 hours later. So we had 2 images emerge with a set of new questions for you to ponder. So we begin this new fresh cycle for our minds around asking ourselves, who do you admire in the world today? Could be a friend, a family member, a public person, or even an archetype. Who do you admire? Make a list. You might go, shoo, here's the list. Or you might have just one person. Either one's fine. So contemplate, get quiet, use your cards, or who comes to your mind first? Who do you admire? And then once you have that person and you're saying hello to their energy, ask, why do I admire this person? What is it about them that I admire? What are their qualities? Right, so who do you admire? Why? And what's so special about them? Write down those qualities. The next step is look at that list of qualities and go, which ones do I consciously choose to add to my being, the way I show up every day? How can I embody that quality tonight before I go to bed, or tomorrow when I wake up? Or it could be my intention to embody that quality tomorrow. Okay, that's the Sun in Gemini. It wants you to do that. Now, when the Sun hits Mercury retrograde, it wants you to shift it and add one more thing into the mix, because it knows how magical you are. Okay, so the next wisdom being shared by Mercury and the Sun and the Moon are when we have difficulties, problems showing up in our life, take a moment to step outside the issue or step to the side, take a breath and go, wow, look at when there's problems in the world, it leads to teamwork. So we can take, for example, the Ukraine situation. All these countries gathered together as a team to support, right? So that's just kind of like a big cosmic example of that. But look at when you have an issue or problem, you might share it with your friends or your family members, and then there's a team supportive effort, or you might ask for help. What do you think about this? What would you do if this was happening to you? Oh, this has happened to you before. What did you do, right? So it becomes this team effort. And when there's a team effort, we have more potential for success. So this Mercury Sun conjunction is saying you're going to be invited to work as a team. And here's the questions you want to ask yourself, or even to remember if you have some issues, problems, something happening, know that it's going to take a team effort to help resolve or change that reality. Okay, so just keep that sticky note to self. If there's a problem, it requires a team effort, right? And then you think, who's my team? So Mercury and the Sun are asking you, what do you bring to the team? What are your special qualities? And you may have gotten your list started when the Sun went into Gemini, going, okay, who do I admire and why? And what are their qualities? What makes them cool? Oh, I like those qualities. I'm going to add them to me. I resonate with them. That means I already have them in my nature. That's why I'm resonating. So then you go, okay, when I work in a team effort to solve issue problems in my community or my family or my world, I'm going to add those qualities that I resonate with, that I already feel connected to. And so when you do that, what's happening is you start to enliven your reality. You start to open up to new possibilities and potential. Venus is really prominent during both of these charts because she's in a yod, or finger of God, to the south node. Remember that karma card, unfolding karmic patterns from the past, right? Right? So Venus is saying that vitality comes when you live profoundly, or from an extraordinary or extraordinary place. And let me tell you, if you're making your list of people you admire and taking note of their qualities and going, I that's my jam. And then when you're like, I'm going to add this to a group, my jam, that's living extraordinary. Right? So Venus is like, oh yes, I love it. Right? You get like gold stars, you get all this cool stuff. So she also wants you to remember that when you open up and have more worth and value of acknowledging yourself, you're more in your authentic space. When you're more in your authentic space and self, then you're opening to more vitality because you're open to new experiences. You want more adventure. You want more of your desires to be filled and fulfilled, right? So you're revitalizing your personal, individualized experience of just being alive. And that reminded me of the post I shared where it says, don't wait to celebrate. Celebrate every day because you are alive. That's the special occasion, right? Hi, Sujata. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Beautiful. Thank you. Now, the South Node says, don't forget about me before you go into the night, into the dreams. And if some of us are maybe in another country or something, you might just be waking up, which would be nice too. I might have some Australian friends here, just waking up. The South Node wants you to remember that imagination leads to a more profound understanding of life. So don't be afraid to engage with your imagination. Especially, you can practice having fun with your imagination when you've got that list down. And you're like, why do I like these people? Oh yeah, because they're like this, and I really like that. Imagine yourself exactly the same, and people going, wow, I really like her because she has that thing. That's my jam, right? So you become the admired person, right? So have fun with this info. And if you're just joining us, definitely watch the replay. There's some good info. But let me recap. And of course, if you have questions or comments, I'm happy to look. Now, before we go, we're going to go, okay, Shanna, where do I find this in my chart? First of all, you're going to go to your natal chart. You're going to find the Gemini ruled house. And you're going to take a look. What house is it? And if you don't know what house that is, I'm going to put in my free cheat sheets. I have the houses, planets, zodiac. The women in my inner circle have gotten them all, but they're going to be there in the Facebook group as guides, and download those. So PDF files and their cheat sheets to go, okay, what's that symbol? Oh, that's Gemini. Or you're going to look at the zodiac cheat sheet and go, okay, which one's Gemini? Oh, it's that one. Then I'm going to look at your chart and find it. And you're going to find the house number. And then go to the houses cheat sheet and go, okay, what's that house about? You read about it. You're like, okay, I got an idea. So that's what's happening. That's how you're going to pick up your natal chart and go, okay, what's this Mercury Sun cycle happening for me? And then you're going to utilize your natal chart and find that Gemini energy. All right. So questions, comments, I will go and read them, but I don't want to keep you because some of you might be late at night, or some of you might have some dinner to prepare for some lovely sons who are about to arrive. But we are focusing on getting comfortable with the language of astrology, having fun, looking at charts, getting confident and comfortable. The big astrological alignments that are happening tomorrow and the following day, our sun goes into Gemini. So we say happy birthday, Geminis, for the next 30 days. And then we have a inferior conjunction of Mercury retrograde, aligning, merging, become one with the sun at 0 degrees. So it's potent power to cleanse and purify our the mind that makes choices, right? And we want to help you not be in this or that, but be in this and that. I like them both. That's the third option. So Sujata at 6:40 in Mauritius. Oh, wow. Thanks for joining us at 6:40 in the morning. Good morning to you. Well, you're about to start the day and have a really great day. So Sujata, I'm going to make, when this video ends, it'll, just give it a few seconds to upload. Watch it from the beginning because you can set some really great intentions this morning for a wonderful, blessed day. Yeah. That's so exciting. I love you're in Mauritius. Oh, how fun. Well, kiss the sky there for us. Kiss the ground as well. And thank you so much for being here and joining us. Oh, Adriana, it's fun to be married to a Gemini. Oh, you get 2 husbands. And June found her Gemini ruled house. Very proud. Second house of finances. Oh, I think you're looking at Pisces, my friend. Gemini, here, let me share my screen one more time. Let me show you the Pisces or the Gemini symbol. Right here. 2 lines and then 2 lines above it. You might be looking at this one, June. I know Pisces is your second house. Yes, thank you for starting the day out right for the rest of the world, Sujata. So nice. Thank you for doing that. We'll catch up soon as we fall asleep and wake up tomorrow. So yes, you're looking for the symbol of Gemini that sits between Taurus, the bull, and Cancer. So right here, that's the sign, and then you want to look down. Okay, what house is that? Just for fun, I'll show you my chart if you'd like. And I'll show you how I found Gemini. My chart. Here's my chart. One sec. All right. So here's my natal chart. Here's Gemini. So I've got black moon at 0. So this is all happening on my black moon. Keep me in your prayers. No, I'm just kidding. She's the goddess of transformation. So I guess I'm hitting the transform power starting tomorrow. Yay. Moon Gemini. I have a rising Gemini. I have Mercury in Gemini. Yeah, so I would say, oh, this is all happening in my 12th house. as well as my first house, because Gemini rules my first house as well. Yes, I just want to make sure. Yeah, astro.com, you got it, June. And you go there. So if you're wanting to just real quick tutorial, go to astro.com and you'll see astro.com. And then you can, my Astro, you log in, free login, so create a login. And then you can do user profile. And then you put in your birth data. Of course, I got a lot of people there. So so you put in, so if I went here, let me just show you, like add new person, right? And then I put the name, Joy Sunshine. We like her. And then I put the, she was born on the 27th, I'm just making this up, October 1967, great. I'm just making up 222 in Missoula, Montana. All right. So just for fun, I just made somebody up. I'm sure there's somebody born at this time. Hello to that soul. But that's how you do it. You put your birth data in, name, gender, birth date, time of birth. And if you don't know it, you can choose unknown. And then of course, where you were born, then you click continue. And then show me my chart. And this extended chart's like you can make it all how you like it. But if I was meeting Joy Sunshine and I'd say, oh, let me look at your chart. I say, whoa, look at you. You got a Capricorn rising. You're a 3-degree Scorpio sun conjunct the part of fortune. Ooh, it's good to be you. Doing your sacred work just by shining your light out in the world. We got a Leo moon in the 7th house. So already I'm getting a sense of this Joy Sunshine. She's very powerful. She's a leader, a boss babe. She's on a spiritual journey. Oh, she's a lover at heart. She's probably really nice to be in a relationship. Right? She's maybe slightly dramatic, but that's okay. We like that. But she's fun-loving, artistic, and probably very a lovely partner in relationship, because it's house relations. Yes. Gemini 4th house. Yes, because you have that intercepted chart. Yes, yes. Chiron in my 2nd house. Oh, you're doing good, June. I'm always impressed. Because here's another reason like why astrology is fun, and let's do this for ourselves. June, Naomi's light, always says what she's like, oh my God, I was totally doing that. And I didn't even realize that the planets were kind of directing me. I'm like, yes. And she's Aquarius rising, so she's slightly ahead of the rest of us. So as we move in to nighttime, as well as welcoming our sister who's starting her day, let me just recap what we shared, and then of course you can watch the replay, and then I'm happy to look at comments before I go to bed or tomorrow morning. But we talked about the chart of the moment, so we can get comfortable working with charts, looking at them, feeling confident. So I'm going to do that every live, just chart of the moment, what's happening, what's going on, an easy way to start tapping in. And then when because we have 2 astrological alignments that are really important and happening right now, is Sun moves into Gemini, and this is Western astrology. And then 18 hours later, the Sun and Mercury retrograde become one, which is called Inferior Conjunction, which is also a big deal. It starts a manifestation cycle if you like to work with mercurial manifesting magical energy of Mercury. I like to call Mercury the magician card in some ways. But what I noticed when I looked at both event charts for Sun moving into Gemini and the Inferior Conjunction with Mercury, 18 popped up 3 times. And so I was like, okay, thinking outside the box for astrology, 18, what does 18 mean for me? And I'm like, go find the tarot card. What's the 18th major arcana? And I looked and I went, boom, the moon. So then we said hello to the moon, and we said, hey, what's your wisdom? What's your pearls of wisdom? We got our pearls of wisdom about setting intentions, about what this is all about. The karma card, it's about making choices to be authentic and real and true to your soul, or to be choosing the duty bound, the one who's the false sense of self, the one who's just trying to get along to go along, right? Make your choices wisely over the next 30 days. And then, of course, the moon shared with us how to make these choices, how to make it easier, right? And she said, you know, make a list of who you admire and why. What's their special qualities? Because those are mirrors. And Gemini is another example of mirroring, right? There's twins, there's two. So when you have that list of people and you're like, wow, I really like that person. It could be a family member, an archetype, a public person, a friend, right? Why? Make their qualities. Oh, they're outgoing. Oh, they're so intelligent. Oh, they really are thoughtful before they speak. Like, I really like that. Then you go, okay, I'm resonating with this because it's part of who I am. It's part of my authentic self. So then you get that list and then you go, okay, how can I embody that today? Where Sujata is embodying those things today. We're going to set an intention as we go to sleep to embody that tomorrow. And then the moon says, oh, wait, I got some more info before you go. Know that, you know, as we move along in our world speeding up, things are changing. Gemini time is about being able to be adaptable by being able to let things go, being present, being open to expand, right? Or to yield, like it's okay, be grounded. When difficulties and problems arise, you note to self, you got a sticky note right on the third eye that says, seek a team effort. Will help resolve any problems or difficulties. It's going to take a team. They'll take a village, right? And so that's when you're like, okay, if I align with that, I'm in the line of success. And then you go, next step, when you are part of a team, what are you bringing to the team? What are your unique, admirable qualities? You've already made a list over here where you've been going, I resonate with this and people that I really like. That's because it's me. It's your jam. So then you're like, hey, team, I bring these qualities. And they're like, whoa, you're just who we were looking for. Come on over. And then you're like, hey, there's a place for me here. And then you can shine your light and have greater experiences, live more profoundly and extraordinary, and vitalize yourself. So that was all happening, the power of astrological alignments. And I like to say timing is everything, meaning knowing what time it is. And how do I know what time it is? I know where the planets are and what they're doing, right? So then you get to hang out in perfect alignment, and then you get super powerful and juicy goddesses out there, which is super fun. And that means you're living more extraordinary and more profound, which that means the world's now a better place. All right, feel free to share. I'll make a YouTube link if you want to share this information with your other people, other friends. I'll make a YouTube. You just copy the YouTube link and you can send it around. If you're like, oh my gosh, I have a friend who needs to hear this, send it to them. And if they want to be in the Lunar Ladies Lifestyle free public Facebook group, invite them over. And because they're a friend of yours, I will say, yes, come on in. And even if they're gentlemen, it's fine. We have a resident male lunar lady. As long as they are interested in astrology, an open mind, very respectful and clear and grounded, they are welcome. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight for Nighttime Astrology. I'll be back next week. I think I'm going to go Monday for Moon Day. Why not? So we'll do Monday and Wednesday next week at this time, around 7. So 6 o'clock for Sujata, if she's awake. And we're going to talk about Mars going into Aries, which will be really important to understand what that means. And we're going to do the same kind of scenario. Create a chart. I'm going to create a chart for Mars moving into Aries. What time did that happen? I'm going to see the energy. We're going to read it together. And then we'll see what wisdom Mars has for us and how we can align with the power of Mars while he takes this journey where he'll meet up with Chiron Jupiter, maybe Venus. No, I think she's in Gemini, in Taurus by that time. Yeah, I think she's heading out. She's all been there, done that. But Mars, we want to be really careful about, because Mars can be violence, and gun violence, war, when out of balance. So Mars is saying, please put me into balance. I love balance. And how do I get balance? I take my girl, Venus, she balances me. Love you too. You're so welcome. My pleasure. It's fun to come in at this time. It's a new social experience and experiment for me. It's fun. So I'll be back next week. Please feel free to post questions. And if you need help, I'm always available if you'd like to purchase readings one-to-one. I'll make all those options available, as well as I have courses that are on demand. And I'm going to look at teaching them live this year. So I'll create a schedule. So that's coming. But look for the guides. Maybe I could post that tonight before bed. But I want you to have those free guides to help you in your astrological understanding and knowledge. All right. Thanks for joining. Talk soon. Have a happy Freya Friday. And tell me all the wisdom that you gleaned through the night. Bye for now.